Western Athletic Conference basketball takes place right here on ESPN+. It is the final day of February. March Madness about to begin. Maybe even today, Utah Valley, Abilene Christian from Moody Coliseum. WAC basketball on a Saturday afternoon. Welcome to Moody Coliseum on the campus of Abilene Christian University. Alongside Kason Higgins, I am Andy Penny. Well, you want to be trending in the right direction when March hits, and for both of these teams, they're doing that. The Wildcats still a chance to win the WAC over the next 3 games. For Utah Valley, they've won each of their last 4, playing great basketball.
Absolutely. Best time of the year. Conference tournaments, March Madness, nothing better than it. And these two teams, they're playing hot. Utah Valley, like you said, 4 in a row. 1 point away from making it 5 at ACU. Just a couple wins away from their first conference title in quite a while. They control their own destiny. Should be a really fun game. For
Utah Valley, again, winners of 4 in a row. We look at the impact players, and Cambry Blackham has led the way over these last 4, playing some great basketball for the Wolverines.
Absolutely. Scored 19 points on Thursday against Tarleton. She's averaging 15.4 over her last 5, shooting over 50% from 3. They're missing some key players today. Her scoring will be huge for Utah Valley.
For ACU, Aaron Woodson, the junior, a season high versus Utah Valley earlier this year, coming off a great game Thursday night as well.
Absolutely. Had a double-double, almost had a double-double in the first half for the Wildcats. Scored 24 right here in Moody Coliseum on February 5th against these same Wolverines, averaging 15 points a game in WAC play. She will be huge for the Wildcats as they look to win against Utah Valley.
That's the junior, Aaron Woodson. We take a look at the updated WAC standings to start the day today. The Wildcats tied for second with Southern Utah, just 1 game behind California Baptist with 3 games to go. Utah Valley is locked in at the 4th spot with WAC Vegas less than 2 weeks away. Hey, let's go courtside with more on today's matchup. The 3rd member of our team, it's Jocelyn Johnston. Hey, Jocelyn.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, just 3 weeks ago, Utah Valley and ACU battled it out on this very court. ACU taking the lead and ultimately winning 70-50. Now, a Wildcat win today would secure a season series win over Utah Valley and a game streak of 14-1. Now, Utah Valley is still trailing behind in the WAC, holding 4th, but let's see if history can repeat itself today. Back to you.
Yeah, thanks, Jocelyn. This has been a great series. Of course, we wrap up the WAC over the next 2 weeks. This has been one of the better series for these 2 squads. They've played 10 times. ACU the better 7 of the 10, but here as of late, it has been fantastic. Utah Valley won in Las Vegas a year ago. This year, the 2 teams have split. And now it's the rubber match in 25-26, the Wildcats and the Wolverines. Troxel and Nelson in the center circle as we are underway from Abilene, and Woodson will clear the opening tap. The Wildcats 12-1 on their home floor this year. Only 1 loss all season long. They try a backdoor lob. It's too tall for Troxel and a turnover to get things started. But the Wildcats have really protected the home court well this year. Just 1 loss here at Moody Coliseum. We'll take a look at Utah Valley starters here. Kylie Mabry, Amanda Barcelo, top 5 in the conference in scoring. Cambry Blackham, our featured player, Hallie Nelson, and Kaylee Hedrick, the starting lineup. No Tessa Cheney, has been out since mid-January with that broken hand. Still not in the lineup here today. Wildcats a 20-point win 3.5 weeks ago here at Moody Coliseum, 70-50 the final. And now a whistle and a foul call. The foul is away from the basketball. I believe it's on Aaron Woodson. It's away from the basketball as Woodson was defending a backdoor cut. But Aaron's got her first. This one has been one case that has always been full of physicality and tough play. I'm assuming we'll see that again for 40 minutes.
Absolutely.
Call a deflection on the inbound. The Wolverines will inbound again.
That foul really bailed out. Not a great offensive possession for the Wolverines. They get another 20 here to make it right, though.
And this winning streak for the Wolverines, wins versus Utah Tech at California Baptist. That's the most impressive of the 4. But also UT Arlington and Tarleton State. They won in Stephenville on Thursday. Lob pass, nice catch, Nelson. She'll finish with the left hand as it'll roll around. The senior transfer from Utah State Look at the Wildcats starting five. Chavez, Woodson, Davis, Hull, and Troxel. This is now the 13th game in a row since the Meredith Mays injury. This has been Julie Goodenough's starting lineup. Troxel downhill, cut off by Nelson. Entry pass is off the mark. 2 offensive possessions and 2 turnovers for ACU.
The right idea, getting the ball into the paint, the backdoor cut with the errant pass, and then that time a nice double team for the Wolverines to force another errant pass for the Wolverines.
Blackham with the left hand, coast to coast, and continues the hot streak and gets the shot to go. Let's look at Dan Nielsen, his 7th season with the Wolverines. 90 wins, 106 losses in his Utah Valley career. Of course, the Wolverines last year, 19 wins, just shy of a 20-win season. Struggled in early WAC play, but have been playing their best basketball here as of late. Hull picks up the dribble, gets it right back from Troxel. The leading scorer in the WAC goes to work one-on-one with Blackham. All the way into the paint, the spin, Blackham got a hand on it. Deflected the shot, Nelson the board.
The interior defense has been excellent in these first 3 possessions for the Wolverines.
Barcelo has been the thorn in the Wildcats' side with the 3-point shot. Didn't have her best game when they came a few weeks ago, but has torched the Wildcats both in Orem and in Las Vegas in her career. 4 on the shot clock. Whistle and an offensive foul. Nelson upset with the call, but led with the shoulder. And it's a legal screen. And there's a look at Julie Goodenough, her 14th season with the Wildcats. Won her 270th game as the ACU head coach. Of course, that started on the Division II level before the Wildcats made their transition to Division I. A win today for ACU would be their 250th in their Division I career. The offense is slow the first 2.5 minutes. Nelson with the block. Barcelo to the block, works on Davis, and a Brianna Davis foul. We'll see our first free throws. Good energy here for the Wolverines the first 2.5.
They're really getting the ball into the restricted area. The same strategy that ACU is using. The interior defense and the size for ACU is not there as much as it is for Utah Valley with Nelson. She is really big, especially on Troxel, a smaller center.
So Barcelo, the 5'11" redshirt senior, the transfer from BYU, but her 3rd season at Utah Valley. Only scored 6 points Thursday versus Tarleton. No field goals. She was 6 for 6 from the free throw line, but did not make a shot from the field. One of her lowest scoring outings of the year. Hall works with Troxel. And now Woodson, fresh off a double-double, goes strong. Off the glass, didn't get the bounce. Troxel has the rebound. And a new shot clock. Davis on a switch. Kicks out, Woodson a look at a 3. And a Chavez slap of the wrist. She hits Mabry coming through, trying to get another offensive rebound.
ACU's offense looks really stagnant right now. It's a lot of ISO ball coming off pick and rolls. I think maybe a little bit more ball movement around the perimeter. Looks like Davis lost the contact.
An official timeout here. Yeah, Bree Davis lost the contact. So fighting for that rebound. We'll see our first substitution for ACU is Jasmine Stone, the senior, the transfer from College of Charleston, her first appearance. First 6 for the visitors today. Blackham attacks, Nelson all by herself. Whistle though and a charge call. It's Emma Troxel, the 21st time she's done that this year, taking a charge for defense.
Well, Blackham is really fast with the basketball. She blows past Stone there, but Troxel, she is a stone wall down there in the paint. 21 charges is just insane.
57th as a team for ACU. Not a stat that's kept on the national level, but I can only assume that Troxel and the Wildcats will be at the top. Woodson with a great backdoor cut and catch is fouled, and Aaron will get to the stripe. So Wildcats still look for their first points.
That was
almost 4 minutes deep.
Great pass by Hull there. That was a really tight window. It's the same pass they tried on the first possession of the game. A tight window then, but Hull gets it in now. ACU looks for their first points.
At the stripe, the first one pops out. 75% free throw shooter. He had 23 points, 14 rebounds, 6 assists versus Utah Tech. Her season high this year is 23. That came against, or check that, 24. That came against Utah Valley last time they were here. And she's got the first Wildcat point. Deflection here, a 10-second violation. Hull got the deflection. Mabry ran it down, but the shot clock was at 20. That's a 10-second violation, and Hull's deflection forces the turnover.
I suspect there will be quite a few turnovers in this game. ACU forces 22, Utah Valley almost 26. A lot of really active hands for both of these teams.
Utah Valley fourth in the country in turnovers forced. Chavez deep on a 3. Wolverines been good, about 1 shot and out. Defensive rebounds thus far. Mabry top of the key. Boy, the overextension help defense has been impressive. Blackham on a back door, saves it in. Barcelo, first look at a 3. He's got it, left corner.
Great effort there from Blackham to save the ball from going out of bounds, find the open shooter. That's an easy shot for Amanda Barcelo.
41% three-point shooter, Amanda Barcelo, her 60th make. Nelson, a deflection and a steal. Ahead of Troxel, Emma will let her go. Hallie will finish. It's a 10-point Wolverine lead, and Julie Goodenough needs an ACU timeout. The Wolverines are perfect from the floor thus far, 4 for 4. An early 10-point lead, the Wolverines over the Wildcats here in Abilene. Utah Valley hot as a rocket here to start, already a 10-point lead. Andy Penny alongside Kaysen Higgins. Kaysen, let's take a look at our Texas Ford Dealers keys to the game.
Well, for ACU, they need to handle pressure and they need to make free throws. So far, they've done neither. 1 for 2 from the line, 3 turnovers, 6 points for UVU off those turnovers. And then they need to hold UVU under 60. They are not on pace to do so. They hold opponents to just under 60 points at 59.9. If they can do that, they'll have success. Defense has to get better. And then for UVU, they need to finish in the post. They have the size advantage with Meredith Mays out today. And if they can expose that with Hallie Nelson, that will be huge for them. And then finally, they need to disrupt ACU's rhythm offensively, which they've done a great job of so far, sending 2 people when they get in the post, lockdown defense on the perimeter. They keep it up, should be a good game for them.
All right, Texas Ford Dealers keys to the game. Bree Davis is back in and out of the timeout. Davis a 3, top of the key. Trying to get the Wildcats going. That's her 20th 3 of the year. She has extended her points per game production over the last 6 or 7 games. Averages 5 a game, but it's up at 8 a game the last 7. There from the point guard spot. Wolverines still perfect from the field. 4 for 4, have created 3 turnovers, turned all 3 into buckets. 6 points off those 3 turnovers. Just 2 on the clock here. Hedrick a step through with contact. Whistle and a block call. They'll call it on Davis, who went for the charge, didn't get it. A little deep. Might have been inside the restricted zone. Not quite set either way. And Hedrick will get to the line. 2 free throws.
That's the second time ACU has bailed out UVU on a bad offensive possession. The first time it was with 3 seconds left on the shot clock. That time it was just about to expire. And yet they're going to get 2 free shots. Lucky that she missed the first one.
Hedrick, the senior, the transfer from Colorado State. Season high of 19 on Thursday versus Tarleton. Double-double, 19 points, 10 rebounds. It's her 3rd double-double of the year. 1 for 2 trip. It's half-court man-to-man here, but extended man-to-man and off-ball help in a hurry. Nelson gets a poke, but a foul, and that's her 2nd. That could loom large for Utah Valley on the defensive end.
But the good news for them is that they have Gracie Sorensen to come in, who's also really tall, standing at 6'4". That's just another size mismatch for the Wildcats. We'll see if they answer with someone like Amy Flippin or Jordan Coleman.
Nelson frustrated with that call, but just can't make that mistake. And now Woodson on the inbound, the catch, the finish, chance for a 3-point play.
She is so good at finishing through contact. What an awkward angle she has to shoot this at while falling down. She makes it look easy putting that one up, and Amy Flippin checks in for the Wildcats.
The foul on Barcelo. We'll keep an eye on that. So foul trouble here for Utah Valley. Woodson back to the line, her second trip already. She is on a hot streak here at the line. 53 of her last 59 from the stripe. Completes the three-point play. The lead, which was at 10, is shaved back down to 5. Half-court trap. Sage Gibb on the floor for the first time for Utah Valley. The 5'10 senior wears number 10. And again, Amy Flippin, the sophomore for the Wildcats. Hedrick a three, left corner. That's been the hot spot here in the first 6 minutes.
If you're ACU, I don't think you mind that shot. She's a 25% three-point shooter. Obviously, maybe you want to get a little bit of a better closeout, but that's not a high percentage shot for UVU.
2-3 zone for the first time for the Wolverines. Troxel a touch. Turn and shoot from 8 from the elbow, left it strong. You'll see Utah Valley change up their defense. Dan Nielsen will change up the defense a lot. We saw 1-3-1 zone a few weeks ago. We saw 2-3 zone. Of course, the half-court man-to-man and a little full-court pressure. Gibb on the drive, gives to Mabry. And now Blackham. Step back three, the southpaw. Stone will clear.
7 seconds left on the shot clock. I think you maybe could have gotten a better shot than the step back there.
Peyton Hull quiet thus far here in the quarter. Woodson has been the offense. 3 top of the key, left it short. Foul. I believe the initial call was a foul on ACU, but I think it's a foul on Utah Valley. I think it's Hedrick up over the back of Stone. A push of Stone in the back, yep.
It's amazing Stone was able to get up to that. Standing at just 5'6", she got up to it, tapped it out, almost forced an offensive rebound. Instead is going to get 2 free throws because they're already in the bonus.
And this is where the Wildcats can close this gap, is at the free throw line. ACU leads the WAC in free throw percentage at 76%. And have made more than 100 more free throws than their opponents. 377 to 274. 1 for 2 on that trip. 3 for 5 here in the quarter from the line. Lob pass, Sorensen can't make the catch. We thought we might see Sorensen a lot in the post today. She had a successful second half last time here in Abilene, scored 8 points. And really, ACU had no answer for her, but Amy Flippin will get the defensive assignment today. Troxel on the dribble, extra hands, has it stripped away. Mabry's got the steal. And they'll call a hip check here on Amy. Flipping in the help defense, picks up her first.
Yeah, a little bit of an unnecessary foul. Once again, ACU's done a really good job of getting UVU deep into the shot clock. Flipping that time, just getting a little bit too far out into the space of Blackham, and now free throws.
Blackham, the sophomore. Again, on a fantastic run here as of late. 15.5 games over the last 5. Better than 50%, or right at 50% from 3 during that stretch. Hasn't fared well against ACU per se. 8 points the first time, 4 the second. But also the team leader in assists, 4.5 a game. Troxel back out to Hull. Peyton's first look at a 3, rattles around. Sorensen will grab the loose basketball.
Well, the way to beat a zone is to get the ball to the free throw line and move the ball from there. ACU really content with passing it around the perimeter, and UVU will take that all day against their 2-3 zone.
Gibb calls for a screen. Late on the pick and roll pass to Sorensen. Now Sorensen a catch, right block, flips it up, too strong. Last touched, out of bounds, last touch by Blackham.
Nice job of denying the ball to Sorensen. She's really effective in the low post. If they can force her to catch the ball at the elbow or just a little bit down from there, she won't be as effective as a scorer.
Hull now on the baseline, mid-range, a little strong. Troxel an offensive rebound. Woodson over to Flippin. Utah Valley got caught out of position after the offensive rebound, and Amy Flippin the beneficiary.
The 2-3 zone is designed to help you get defensive rebounds. If you don't get it, your defense is going to be in trouble like it was there.
Sorensen now on the lob. Troxel able to knock it away.
Emma Troxel is such a versatile defender. So we can see the offensive rebound here for ACU. Emma Troxel once again versatile all around. A nice little scoop pass from Woodson.
Sorensen now is flipping. Back to Hedrick. Whistle here and 3-second call. Sorensen was camped out in the lane. The Wildcat coaching staff wanted it on the possession prior, didn't get the call, but they'll get it this time.
It's not a call you see very often much anymore. I think it could be called maybe more than it does, but that time UVU gets caught.
Shot clock is off, final possession of the first. Utah Valley has led wire to wire. Their largest lead at 10. Hull right side, 3, it's deep. Stone, the smallest on the floor, an offensive rebound. Second chance, Troxel too deep. And that's how the first quarter will come to an end. Utah Valley 5 for 7 from the field. 4 steals as well. Wolverines a 7-point lead, 10 minutes deep here in Abilene. Utah Valley a 7-point lead. We get ready to start the second quarter here at Moody Coliseum. Hey, the junior Erin Woodson having a fantastic season. With more on her, we'll send it courtside with Jocelyn Johnston. Jocelyn?
Yeah, absolutely. After stepping up last game, Erin Woodson continues to prove why she's one of the most complete players on the court. Woodson filled the stat sheet against Utah Tech, recording a standout performance with scoring and rebounding. She's already earned WAC Player of the Week honors this season and ranks among the conference leaders in scoring and steals. Her abilities in the game give ACU a steady, reliable presence when they need it most. Back to you.
Yeah, thanks, Jocelyn. The 14 rebounds on Thursday, a career high. And Julie Goodenough, we were talking about, hey, Erin had 14 rebounds. She says, I ask my team all the time, how in the world is Erin Woodson leading us in rebounds? Well, the answer is hustle. That's what it is. And Erin had the 14 on Thursday. It's a defensive takeaway to start this second quarter, and a foul on Sage Gibb and the Wolverines.
Yeah, speaking of hustle right there, Jasmine Stone goes to get the ball, and then an unnecessary foul by Sage Gibb just 15 seconds into the quarter.
No Hallie Nelson yet. 2 fouls in that early first quarter. Sorensen still in at the post spot. Peyton Hull yet to score this afternoon. Jasmine Stone has her first 3, though. Extra offense from the point guards today. Davis a 3, now Stone a 3.
These are not super efficient three-point shooters. Brianna Davis a little bit better, but just 19% for Jasmine Stone on the season. She looks super confident shooting that one.
Now 5 of her last 10 over the last 6 games. Hedrick on a drive, Hull cuts her off. And a deflection, Troxel on the near sideline, 10 on the shot clock. Another look at Jasmine Stone from the right wing. Confident stroke.
Yeah, a little pass fake to the corner, got a defender a little bit more space. Very nice shot.
Blackham will challenge, back out Gibb, 4 on the clock. Sage with the left hand, flipping, gets a hand on it. Stone has another rebound. Stone is one, again, who's not going to fill up a stat sheet, but you look at her plus minus end of the day, seems like it's always in the plus. Hull lost the dribble, but actually deflected out by Gibb. It will stay with the Wildcats.
Flippin got that ball right on the right elbow, had Hull open in the corner. A little bit of a better pass, and that could have been a three-pointer, but they still have 15 seconds to make it right.
Peyton steps on the sideline. Turnover here, turnover number 5. You mentioned the turnovers a game. Utah Valley first in the conference, 4th in the country at turnovers forced, just shy of 26. ACU is 2nd in the conference turnovers forced at 22. Every time these play, 60 is about the number. You have to keep an eye on, if you can get above 60, you got a good chance to win. Points are at a premium. Mabry, just 2 on the clock for Gibb. Desperation, didn't get it off. It's a shot clock violation.
UVU has really been comfortable getting deep into the shot clock in that first quarter. They made ACU pay a couple times drawing fouls, but so far in the second quarter, that clock's getting to 5 and below. ACU's not fouling and forcing shot clock violations like that one right there.
Yeah, almost too comfortable. They have been deep inside 5 seconds multiple times in the shot clock. Nelson back on the floor with 2 fouls. Woodson, a tough catch in the corner. Troxel will throw it off the leg of Hedrick. Stay with the Wildcats.
Very physical play there.
Yep.
Woodson looked like she got shoved out a little bit there. Nice play by Troxel to toss it off the defender, though.
Hull works on the zone with the dribble. Splits the defense, gifts a flip and beautiful assist. Amy's got her second bucket.
Well, Peyton Hull's not going to score for this team. She's going to do 17 other things. She's going to pass the ball. She's going to rebound. She's going to play good defense. She's really just the MVP of this Wildcat team.
20 points a game, but second on the team in assists, just behind Brianna Davis. Davis with 84. Hull started the day with 82. Gibb on the way to the bucket, and one. They're going to count the continuation as the block on Troxel, continuation for an and one.
Yeah, Troxel not set there. I don't quite understand the continuation. And it looked a little bit better after that replay. Really impressive to finish through contact there. Troxel's got to know she's beat a little bit. Don't try to go for the charge.
Gibb is one who's been around this Utah Valley program a while, plays her 108th game today for the Wolverines. Completes the three-point play. Wolverines have led throughout. Stone on the drive after the shot fake. The reverse left it short. Great move. Left it off the glass. Pass stolen this time, Hull. This will be a chance to get her going offensively. But the pass deflected on the other end. Gibb got a deflection. Hull, the steal, had a 3-on-2. Gibb able to get back, defensive transition, get a hand on it.
Yeah, nice job getting back there by UVU. That should have been an easy layup for ACU. Instead, they got to go into their half-court offense, which hasn't been stellar today so far.
Good minutes, Amy flipping. She'll get a breather as Troxel back in. Hull on a drive down the baseline. Challenges Nelson with 2 fouls, and Peyton has her first bucket.
She does a great job of attacking the closeout. She sees the closeout. It's a little aggressive. She shot fakes, puts it on the floor, and gets to the glass. Makes a nice shot there.
25 a game over her last 8. That's her first 2 today. WAC preseason Player of the Year, closing in on the end of the season Player of the Year. Gibb, who drives on Chavez, back in, too strong. Woodson, back to Troxel. The 3 just not falling yet for the big 3, Woodson, Troxel, and Hull. Chavez, a stab and a foul call. Went for the steal, and Natalia's got her second. A little smile on the face of frustration. And maybe disagreement.
Yeah, a little bit of both. She knows she maybe shouldn't have been so aggressive, but she thought maybe she got a little bit of ball there. She can't get into foul trouble. When she gets that 3rd foul, she's out for the rest of the quarter.
Shot clock again, down to 5. Barcelo on the baseline, lost it. And a chance to run again. Hull challenges Gibb, the step through. Thing of beauty.
Every time I watch Peyton Hull, the most impressive thing about her for me is her footwork. She's so nimble, she knows how to use her pivot foot to the best of her abilities. Showed it off there.
Barcelo already 1-3 from the corner. She's got her second. Amanda has feasted on ACU in her career. Last year in the WAC tournament, 6 of 8 from 3. 2 threes today. Riley Groman, the freshman, can't finish. And just when ACU had a chance to potentially take the lead, the Wolverines on the move again. Whistle here and a charge. Groman to take the charge this time. Defense has been aplenty, but Amanda Barcelo has been hot from 3. Her second today, she's got 8. Utah Valley a 4-point lead.
Visit ACUsports.com.
Beautiful day in Abilene. It is 80 degrees in February. How about that? It's hot in here as well. Utah Valley a 4-point lead. And they've been hot as well. The Wolverines, winners of each of their last 4 games. They dug a hole early in WAC play, but they are digging out of it. They're locked in the 4 spot for WAC Vegas and playing their best basketball of the year with 4 in a row. For ACU, still playing for that conference championship. A few games left. Trying to keep their winning streak alive. Of course, here today, they host California Baptist on Thursday before finishing out with UT Arlington on the road next Saturday. Another offensive rebound. Casey, you talked about the discrepancy of that last time they played. ACU winning the offensive glass thus far. A pass here, though, stolen. Tough pass across the lane. Blackham the steal. So Wolverines have led throughout, led 11-1 before the under 5 timeout in the first. ACU's been within 3. Blackham around Groman, wants to kick it out. Mabry passes off the mark.
Yeah, hit 2 assistant coaches there for ACU, but ACU up 6-0 in the offensive rebounds. They were +7 in their 20-point win earlier in the month. I mean, if you're getting 6, 7, 8 more shots than your opponent, you should be able to win.
Wolverines back to half-court man-to-man. Stone with a step. Got into traffic, stripped out of her hands again. That's one where Jasmine's got to go ahead and get something up on the rim. Barcelo, she'll try the right corner. Strong this time, her first miss from deep.
I need to stick to the left corner. 2 for 2 from there. 3 for 3 as a team.
Yeah, Hedrick hit one from there as well. Groman had 2 threes Thursday night. Entry pass here deflected away by Nelson. Last touch by Troxel. It's another ACU turnover.
Emma Troxel has no regards for anything but getting the ball when there's a loose ball. She is on the ground. That time it didn't work out for her. But the turnover starting to pile up for both teams. Already 19 in the game combined.
Davis a long breather after she lost her contact late first quarter, but is back in. Barcelo challenged by Hull, lost the dribble. Knocked out again, far sideline, just 10 on the clock.
ACU has been so active with their hands on the defensive end. They've forced 11 turnovers, almost a 12th right there, but even so, they're getting UVU deep into shot clocks. We've seen it work really well here in the second quarter.
Blackham out to Mabry, she'll try from 3. You can tell both teams, they trust their teammates defensively. Because of that, they can take chances, jump in passing lanes, deflect passes because they know their 4 teammates will take care of them if they get out of position. This just an unforced turnover through the hands of Woodson.
AC really just has looked sloppy on the offensive end. The cuts just slightly off time, that time off the hands of Woodson, but we saw the backdoor cuts to start the game. Errant passes in halftime. They really just need to get that offensive side down. They've only allowed 23 points in 18 minutes.
Neither team has scored here in the last 3. Barcelo will try to change that. Nelson, an offensive rebound, fouled from behind by Groman. And there's the first offensive rebound. It will lead to free throws for Hallie Nelson.
Got the defender off their feet, shoots the 3, and then the size advantage. We saw it so prevalent in the first quarter. ACU's done a nice job of negating it by jumping into the passing lanes, cutting off the passes to the post. Nelson gets the offensive rebound there. Now 2 free throws for her.
Nelson, the transfer, started at Utah State. Was closing out her Utah Valley career, closing in on 500 points in her Utah Valley career. 2-for-2 trip.
It's impressive. She's a 57.5% free throw shooter. Made those look easy.
So lead is back to 6. As soon as Sorensen comes back in, so does Flippin for the Wildcats. Woodson in traffic, blocked, back into her hands. Entry pass, Flippin again. Too strong, gets her own. Second chance, and 1. The sophomore playing big.
Flippin is gonna wish she had that first one back, but then gets the offensive rebound, puts it up with the left hand and the foul. A chance for a 3-point play for the Wildcats.
Taking in minutes for the injured Meredith Mays. Has had some big defensive challenges, the likes of Ellie Lubear at Tarleton State. Of course, here today with Gracie Sorensen. And she is meeting the challenges. Nelson with size on Groman, tough catch. Deflected by Woodson, will stay with the Wolverines.
It's interesting, this 2-big lineup for UVU with Nelson and Sorensen. I mean, we mentioned the size disadvantages for ACU. This is UVU trying to maximize those disadvantages. So far, it hasn't worked super well.
Blackham lost the dribble. Groman the steal on the baseline. That's unfortunate for ACU. They had the steal and just enough of a change of possession where the shot clock reset.
Davis is pretty adamant that that one didn't touch out. Obviously, I don't know that she's super trustworthy in this situation, but another turnover for UVU.
Oh yeah, Nelson, I was about to say, got away with the double dribble, but she did not get away with the double dribble.
For how good these two teams are at forcing turnovers, you can't give them turnovers by doing something silly like a double dribble or a travel or an errant pass.
Yeah, not all of these are forced.
No.
The defense is good, but some offensive inefficiency. Groman well deep on a 3. Shot that out of rhythm on the offensive set.
She's a good 3-point shooter. Hasn't shown it yet this season, but as she grows into her role with her time at ACU, I'll be really excited to see how she performs.
Just barely get across the half-court line in 10 seconds. But already the shot clock down to 12. High-low again, Nelson, nice catch. Too strong with the left hand, late whistle and a foul. They'll call it on Groman. And Nelson back to the free throw line.
Yeah, just get that ball deep into the paint, sealed off Groman. 2 free throws, really late foul call though.
We thought that would be a key today, was the post play of Utah Valley and their size on the inside. It's another 2-for-2 trip.
ACU just can't quite seem to climb this mountain. They get within one possession and then UVU has a shot or a nice defensive stop like that one right there.
And now the shot clock is off. Wolverines can hold for the final shot. $11 ACU turnovers here in the first half. And Utah Valley, who has led from the start, trying to extend their lead right here before the half. Barcelo, Nelson, extra pass, Mabry in rhythm. Flipping the board in the first half will come to an end. Wolverines a 6-point lead at the halfway mark. Amanda Barcelo has 8. Hallie Nelson also with 8 to lead the way for UVU. Amy Flippen has tied a career high. She has 6 here in the first half. Peyton Hull with 4, Erin Woodson 4, Jasmine Stone with 4 as well. Utah Valley again, the 6-point lead at 27-21. Julie Goodenough is courtside with Jocelyn Johnston. Jocelyn, it's all yours.
Hi, Coach. So this has been a really aggressive game. What are we going to do to turn this around in the second half?
Well, I feel like Utah Valley's been the aggressors, and we haven't handled it very well. So got to regroup and just take care of the ball and run some offense. I think they're kind of pushing us out of our offense right now, so we've got to just regroup and settle down and run offense the way we know we can in our own gym.
Awesome. Thank you. Well, back to you.
Thank you, Jocelyn. 27-21, Utah Valley, a 6-point lead here at the half. Zion Webb, Taylor Harrison, they will be upstairs with your halftime report. WAC basketball on ESPN+.
Welcome back to Moody Coliseum. It's halftime here in our matchup between the Abilene Christian Wildcats and the Utah Valley Wolverines. I'm Taylor Harrison. This is Zion Webb. Zion, what did you see in that first half?
Man, it was a whole lot of UVU coming out and putting guns blaring to ACU. We talked to Coach Nilsson before the game. He said, man, we're not scared of ACU. And obviously, we can see that they definitely weren't. They came out doing all good things against the Wildcats.
All right, yes. So let's look at some of the halftime stats. No one has really scored a lot in this first half, but Zion, what are you seeing?
Yeah, man, one big thing, I see Amy Flippen leading the team in points, and yeah, congratulations to her. Career night for her so far, but she should not be the leading scorer for ACU. UVU is doing a really good job of bouncing back every time ACU does something positively. Amanda Barcelo definitely has to continue getting in this game. When she was going electric, when she was hitting the 3, especially when ACU hit a shot and she responded, that was big. We need her to get back into this game. When she was going, that's when they won against ACU earlier in the year. And last time they played, they beat them by 20 just because she wasn't in the game. Try to see her get going a little bit as well.
All right, awesome. Yes. So now let's kind of move into some of the highlights of the game. So so far, what's kind of like standing out to you? Are you seeing anything that's like really big and bold and in your face?
Yeah, man, like we talked about, just right out of the gate, UVU coming up clutch. And one of the things I see is that aggressive play style that they're doing. Man, the active hands that they're having all yesterday when they were practicing here in Moody, they were talking about how are we going to switch off of these ACU screens. We have to move our hands. We have to be active, send help when it comes. And that's exactly what they're doing today. And offensively, it's not necessarily perfect for them, but they're dishing it out, getting the 3 when they need to. And on the converse side, man, Peyton Hall, when she gets going, that's when the Wildcats got going. And when she gets downhill and she's able, one of the best plays of the game for me is when I saw Peyton Hall dish it over to Amy Flippen. And that was just the aggressiveness of Peyton Hall to be able to get the defense to come to her. And then she gives the ball to Amy Flippen. Man, Peyton Hall has to get going for this Wildcat team. She's everything for them, and especially down the stretch of this game, her and the rest of the guards, Erin, Woodson, Chavez as well, continue to rebound the ball and try to get the ball down in the paint offensively and then dish it out and get a couple threes. I saw a stat, man, 20% from three-point range. That's not ACU. They got to get that going and get that number up a little bit.
All right, well, it's been an exciting first half. It's currently Utah Valley leading 27-21. It'll be very exciting to see how the second half plays out. With that, I'm Taylor Harrison. This is Zion Webb. Thank you for watching.
"20 minutes down, 20 to go." We get ready to start the second half here in Abilene. Utah Valley, a 6-point lead here on the road at 27-21. They've led throughout, 11-1 lead early, a wire-to-wire lead there in the first half. Andy Penny alongside Case and Higgins, and Utah Valley doing the things they need to. Post play, defensive pressure. Got a 6-point lead here, 20 minutes in.
Absolutely. Hallie Nelson's been awesome for him. She's a +10, and she had foul trouble, missed a lot of the second half of the first quarter. And then on the other side for ACU, Peyton Hull, she's a -6 in her time. Plus minus isn't everything, but Peyton Hull's played all 20 minutes. And so I think she just needs to get her head down in the second half and just try to score, get some offense for the struggling ACU team.
Nelson with 8, Hull with 4 there in the first half. We take a look at our Anthony Chiropractic and Wellness halftime adjustments. More offensive rebounds for Utah Valley. ACU had some second chance opportunities, didn't particularly cash in. Can Utah Valley do the same? And then protect the basketball really on both sides. And then can ACU make those free throws, post defense too? I thought Sorensen and Nelson had some good looks on the inside.
Absolutely. Flippin's done a nice job, but who's going to step up in that post presence, whether that's offensive or defensively for ACU?
Amy Flippin, a career high 6 points in that first half, the sophomore for the Wildcats. Peyton Hull going straight to work. We thought we might see Peyton Hull get going, and immediate strategy here to start the second half. Let's get the leading scorer in the WAC chance to get to the rim. Utah Valley's largest lead was 10. They're at that 11-1 mark. It was with 5.5 minutes left in the first. Julie Goodenough a timeout. Wildcats pulled within 3 once in the second quarter, but have not led. Skip pass here. It's Mabry downhill from 6. It's Strong. It's poked out of bounds. They'll say last touch by Woodson. Sure looked like Nelson poked it out, but they'll say last touched by Woodson. And now a challenge here for Julie Goodenough.
Nelson walked up like she thought she touched it right away. Oh, they just reversed it instantly.
Not even a challenge, just a reversal of the call. Utah Valley 9-3 when they have led at the half. Troxel a look on the inside. Back-to-back post plays.
I'll be not surprised if UVU tries to go back to a zone defense, whether that's that 1-3-1 or the 2-3 that they ran in the first half.
And the Wolverines 9-3 when they lead at the half. ACU's only come back once in the second half when trailing at the break. They're 1-6 when they trail at halftime. So foul here, Hedrick back to the charity stripe.
That's her third foul. Jasmine Stone, luckily enough for ECU, has been good. So it's not like you're dropping off much production, but would be nice to have your starter in there.
Hedrick 4 points in that first half. Makes the first. Here's another look. Starts with Blackham with the penetration, and yep, that's a good call. Enough contact to get Hedrick to the line.
Really, Blackham is so fast, it's forced ACU's defense to have to scramble. It was a nice recovery. Davis just couldn't get into a legal guarding position. 2 free points for the Wolverines.
Coach Goodenough will go ahead and make that change at the point guard spot as Stone comes in off the bench. Woodson in traffic, back to Stone. She's hit 1 today, make it 2. And you talked about it, the depth at the point guard spot, there it is.
Yeah, she's just a 19% free throw shooter. She makes that one look just as confident as her last one. When you shoot with confidence, it really helps that ball go in.
Blackham with a screen. Trying to find Nelson in the post. Lob pass deflected, stolen by Troxel. Chance for the first lead of the afternoon for the home team. Chavez scoreless in the first half. A pass deflected by Nelson into the hands of Blackham.
That backdoor really has not been there today for ACU. Nice defense from UVU.
Lob pass Nelson, nice catch, got the bounce. The high-low today on the lob pass over the top of the defense, both with Nelson and Sorensen. Has proved effective. Nelson, the first player in double figures. He's got 10. Hall, a step back. Hedrick up high for the rebound.
Nice move by Hull. Couldn't quite get it to fall, but if she's going to get open looks like that, it's only a matter of time before they start going in.
When you talked about just the backdoor cuts and the traffic through the paint defensively. Driving lanes, passing lanes, just cutting lanes have all been cut off. Here's a whistle. I believe an offensive foul call. It's Hallie Nelson, her third.
It's good news for Wildcat fans, although she's been very effective. If you can get her off the floor, your offense and your defense starts to open up just a little bit.
And Nelson, her 3 fouls, 2 of them have been illegal screens. And one was a chippy over the back, trying to deflect an entry pass. And now a whistle and an offensive foul the other way. They'll call this one on Stone, and foul trouble at the point guard spot for the Wildcats.
one. Stone just running into her defender.
I
Not
thought-
a lot there, but
I thought Jasmine was trying to cut through the paint more than set a screen. Just traffic and contact, and offensive foul. Nelson again on the lob, lost her footing. Once a foul, doesn't get it. Dan Nielsen losing his mind on the far sideline.
yeah, it looked like she just slipped there. Feet got tangled up. No need for a foul there.
Everything we expected today in Abilene. Hall lost it. Another turnover.
Something we haven't mentioned is that these are the two best defenses in the WAC. ACU just .1 underneath 60 points a game allowed. On the other side, 61 for UVU. We said ACU needs to keep UVU under 60. Well, I really think it's going to be first to 60, maybe even 50 might win today.
This is one of those days where, you know, if you make 2 free throws, you get free something at some restaurant. This is if a team gets to 60 today, everybody in the house should get something free. A foul here on Troxel, challenging Nelson on a rebound.
Rudy Faithful doesn't love it. Let's take a look at it. Troxel just trying to fight through the box out, and as chippy as this game has been, I'm not saying it should go uncalled, just feels a little bit out of character.
Blackham behind the back, into the paint. Spin on Stone, got it to go. That's high-class move, Cambry Blackham.
Really fantastic defense, just better offense and an errant pass.
And now, off of Stone, it's a turnover created by Blackham, the team leader in steals.
Her hustle is really hard to not notice. She is the motor of this UVU team, running up and down, baseline to baseline, forcing turnovers, getting layups. She's really fun to watch.
And just when the Wildcats get within 1 possession, Utah Valley has stretched it back to 5. 4 Wildcat turnovers the last 3 minutes. Lob pass, great catch. Hedrick gets it up and good. It's a 6-0 run. And now a whistle on the inside. A foul on Mabry. I believe it was Hull trying to post up, and they called Mabry.
First
Mabry a little
instinct
slow to come up.
Was an offensive foul on Hull. It's a little chippy both ways. These two teams do not like each other very much. Maybe they won't show it. They'll help each other up, but I mean, this is a rivalry. This is a game 2 years ago. You mentioned that went into double overtime. Neither team touched 65 points. I mean, these two teams are always going to play chippy with each other. So I hope she's okay.
Mabry either hit her head or around the head or neck area. She's on her feet. She'll walk off with some assistance. She'll get checked out on the far sideline. Sage Gibb is coming back in. A chance for Julie Goodenough to draw up a play here for the Wildcats. Only the fourth, or check that, the second team foul. Only 2 team fouls in the quarter, so no free throws at this point. Extended break here. Chance for Coach Goodenough to try to draw something up.
Peyton Hull got the first bucket of the quarter. She put her nose down and drove. We haven't seen her do it yet again. And so I think that's maybe what Coach Goodenough is talking about. They need to get Peyton the ball and just ISO. Let her have an entire half of the floor, see what she can do. She's so talented.
The officials are going to take a second look at that last foul. We'll step aside. Utah Valley a 6-0 run. Got a 7-point lead. Back here in Abilene, a 7-point Utah Valley lead halfway through this third quarter of play. Of course, the race for the regular season championship on the line. It's a 3-horse race with 8 days to go next Saturday, the end of the regular season. CBU a 1-game lead on Southern Utah and ACU, but a lot of basketball still to play between now and next Saturday.
It's really nice that ACU and Southern Utah both get to play them. There really is up for grabs. I heard California Baptist is winning right now at Tarleton State. Then they got to come here to Abilene and go play Southern Utah. That's a tough schedule down the stretch.
It sure is. ACU maybe the most favorable of the schedule. Southern Utah on the road the rest of the way. ACU at home on Thursday and then to UT Arlington. So don't have to get on an airplane until Las Vegas 2 weeks from now. Our officials are having a conversation. They're looking at that last foul call. It was called on Mabry, but looking to see if there was an extension by Peyton Hull down in the left block. You see that elbow on the back of the neck there, but
I don't see
really
a
difficult
lot there.
to see from a flagrant standpoint.
Or even an offensive foul, really. Just looks like Peyton was trying to get some position. Here's the call.
So to review, Dan Nelson actually appealed a review, wanted a review to look at an unobserved flagrant one on Peyton Hull, but after review, no upgrade, just a common foul on Mabry, and no upgrade to a flagrant one on Hull.
Looked like she was just trying to seal her off there. Nothing more.
Mabry's made her way back to the locker room to get checked out after that shot on the last possession. Woodson downhill, goes against Nelson, finishes with the left hand. Woodson started strong point production-wise. That's her first bucket since the first quarter.
ACU's been best when they get into the ISO ball going downhill into the paint. Whether that's a shot or a kick out for an open three, it's worked very well for them.
Skip past Barcelo with contact. A foul on Groman. And another timeout here on the floor. This is our under 5 timeout, media timeout in Abilene, Utah Valley. A 5-point lead halfway through.
And the final buzzer
UVU
to
the
last
5-point
out.
lead here in Abilene. Hey, let's sit at courtside. Third member of our team is Jocelyn Johnston. Hey, Jocelyn.
Hey, yeah, absolutely, no doubt. Versatility defines this Utah Valley team. The several players bringing experience from other sports. We got Kylie Mabry and Naya Tenuvasa. Kylie in track and field set the javelin record at Davis High School, and Naya excelled on the court, contributing to 4 region titles. Also was named Daily Herald Soccer Player of the Year in 2024. Back to you.
Yeah, good stuff. Multi-sport athletes from so many of these. Javelin thrower, how about that?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, Mabry can do it all. It's not even a high school sport here in the state of Texas. So. Chavez has been quiet today until now. Natalia, her first 3, top of the key.
ACU shooting 3 for 13 from 3, now 4 for 14. If she can get hot from 3, she could be the offensive spark the Wildcats need.
Her 43rd of the year. Utah Valley has played with the lead since the start. Can they respond? Entry pass well off the mark. Barcelo to Nelson.
Once again, an unforced turnover. Number 18 on the game. ACU forces 22 a game. They might exceed that total today.
ACU has only had more turnovers than their opponent one time all year. Came against Tarleton State in the first matchup back in January. Woodson ties us up off the glass.
What a nice drop step there on the right block. Tough shot fading away, ties the game.
Our first square since zeros. Who is the offensive production here for Utah Valley? Barcelo's been quiet second half. Blackham downhill, cut off on the baseline. And down under 10 on the shot clock again. Four on the clock. Blackham gets a step. Too strong. Fight for the rebound. Jump ball and possession with the Wolverines. It's getting competitive inside.
Oh, yeah. She walked off with not a happy look on her face, throwing Woodson almost to the ground. Bit of a size mismatch there, but
You know, when you get to matchup number 3, when you're playing triple round robin, okay, you know the scouting report, you know the personnel. It comes down to players making plays.
There's a chance they might have to play a 4th time.
Man alive. Las Vegas will be fun in 2 weeks. Great catch. Sorensen missed the shot, fouled from behind. I believe they get Troxel on the backside. That lob pass to the post all afternoon has been effective.
ACU's done a nice job a couple times at stopping it, but if it's an accurate pass, as Amy Flippin checks in for the Wildcats, it's pretty tough to stop.
The foul on Troxel, her 3rd. Flipping back in. Sorensen has been a nice spark here in this 4-game winning streak. The biggest of those 4 wins at California Baptist, who had just left Abilene with a win here, went back home, and Utah Valley put the beat down on the Lancers. Were able to get the win. Sorensen had 17 that night versus the first place Lancers. She's given UVU the lead back, a 1-for-2 trip. And back to the 2-3 zone. Actually a 1-3-1 zone look. First time we've seen that today. Chavez squares it up from 12. Wildcats have their first lead.
That shot was very highly contested in the mid-range area. Chavez did not care. Nice shot and a full court pressure here for the Wildcats.
And a quick 5 for the senior.
Looked like a travel.
Barcelo, right corner, got it.
Stone just a half a second late recovering the closeout there. Barcelo, what a fantastic three-point shooter she is.
Her 3rd 3, she's got 11. 2nd Wolverine to get to double figures. Stone finds Flippin. It's a new career high for the sophomore.
Nice touch there right at the rim. Very soft. Put it up there. We'll tie it again.
Barcelo on the drive this time. With contact. Bounces out, no good, but we'll get to the free throw line.
Barcelo did a nice job attacking that closeout. The 41% three-point shooter with the nice up fake. Here's the pass to Flippin with the nice touch on the rim. Barcelo, if she comes alive, it could be really trouble for ACU.
Of course, Amanda, part of that preseason all-WAC team with Peyton Hull, Meredith Mays, of course, Chloe Lemon at California Baptist, Jacoria Long. That was the preseason WAC first team. Barcelo's certainly made her case to be on it at the end of the season. 5th in the WAC in scoring at 14.5. Back to the half-court man-to-man. Just one possession of 1-3-1 defense. Stone a step through. Extra pass, Hole. Wildcats lead.
That will be on the WAC top 5 plays of the week. The nice move from Stone, then the extra pass from Chavez. Wildcats moving it on offense now.
Yeah, give Stone the credit there. The extra dribble created the rotation of the defense. The pass to Chavez, the extra pass to Hull. Down the baseline, Hedrick blocked by Flippin. And ACU, their first possession with the lead, a chance to extend. Out on ACU, Woodson wants a challenge. Coach Goodenough will make the challenge. Here's another look, that extra pass in the 3, Peyton Holt.
Chavez was fading away into the corner, had to put enough onto it, put it right on the money. Holt caught it in the sweet spot. The net barely even moved.
So Woodson encouraged Coach Goodenough to challenge this call. Last touched by ACU. Possession currently stands with Utah Valley. Woodson says she did not touch it last.
Woodson had a chance to go get it. I think before it would have gone out of bounds, but she chose to let it go. It'll be interesting to see if she was correct in that decision.
There's a lot of trust here in player and coach. Of course, when you challenge and you lose a challenge, you lose a timeout. Timeouts will be at a premium in this 4th quarter. So there's a lot of trust here for Julie Goodenough to trust Aaron Woodson to say, hey, I did not touch this last. Let's challenge this. Possession on the line, but also a timeout on the line. Looked like Hedrick deflected it.
That's a close one.
Let's take another look. Hedrick, the slap, knocks it out of her hands. It's off the leg of Hedrick. Now you can see right there, off the leg of Hedrick. I don't think Woodson touches it again. Decides to let it go. That should be white ball. This should be reversed and be white ball. Great look at our ACUTV crew.
Absolutely. What you were talking about earlier with the coach-trust relationship, I mean, I saw a clip maybe about a week ago from, I think, the Duke-Michigan game. Coach John Shire, he was telling his teammates, he was telling his players, get back on defense. Stop telling me to challenge this. Well, Coach Goodenough, she trusts her players enough to get this challenge, and it looks like they're going to get the ball back.
Another look here. You can see Hedrick, the slap of the basketball. It's hard to see from that angle, but slaps it out of the hands of Woodson and then goes off of her right leg. I don't think Woodson touches it again. But they will take a look and a review. Peyton Hull is at 9 points to lead the way. Aaron Woodson 8, Amy Flippin 8. Third look here at the replay. Hedrick the slap. Off of the right leg. Woodson does give chase, but as you mentioned, decides to let it go.
Really is a close one, but I think ACU will get this one overturned.
Of course, the initial call is Utah Valley ball. There has to be evidence to overturn. So our officiating crew today, Rochelle Bennett, Philip Gwynn, Eddie Zavala, veterans here in the WAC. And this feels big just because every possession, even with another quarter to go, every possession just so big here today.
Well, this is honestly kind of a win for UVU, no matter the call. ACU's 5 for their last 5. Here it is.
Great job by our officiating crew. Great job by our ACUTV crew. 3 different angles of that. The call has been reversed. 21 on the shot clock. Woodson right back to work. Extra pass, flipping. Another shot for the sophomore.
She's taking high percentage shot. She's not panicking when she gets there. Those are tough when the lights are on you like that. Yep. Just flips it up. Nice bucket. She's up to 10.
Well, her awareness to get in the right position while her guards are attacking the basket. Hands are ready, gets in a proper position. She's got 10. Shot clock is off, final possession of the third. Sorensen, a nice catch and a left-handed finish. Stone at the half-court line, at the buzzer. 3 quarters are in the books. Everything we anticipated here in Abilene, Texas. Wildcats outscore UVU 23-16 in the quarter. ACU's got a 1-point lead, 10 minutes on the clock in Abilene. Ten minutes on the clock. We start the fourth quarter. ACU a 1-point lead here in Abilene. Andy Penny alongside Kaysen Higgins. Kaysen, we break down the first 30 minutes of this one. Shooter's gonna shoot. Shooter's got to make shots too. ACU did in the third quarter.
Absolutely. Shot 83% from the field in that third quarter, 60% from 3. UVU shot 50% from the field and from 3, but 83% will beat that all day, every day. It'll be interesting to see if the offense keeps it up like it did in the third quarter, or it'll trend how it did in the first half.
Amy Flippin, the leading scorer for the Wildcats. She's got 10. Hull with 9, Woodson with 8. Jasmine Stone off the bench with 7. A foul here to start the quarter. It's on Kylie Mabry. Good to see Kylie back on the floor. Of course, she took the elbow to the back of the head, missed the last 5 minutes of that third quarter, but she's back in here down the stretch. Davis also back in, foul trouble. She has 3 fouls. She's also fouled. And just 20 seconds into the fourth, already 2 team fouls on UVU.
Free throws are a really easy way to get points, and when it's a 1-point game, you'll take a free throw to get any sort of offense.
Barcelo with 13 leads UVU, Nelson with 10. Davis downhill with Blackham, and a third Utah Valley foul on the first possession of the fourth quarter.
This is not good for UVU. 2 more and they're in the bonus, and it's been 30 seconds. Coach is not happy.
ACU at the free throw line, 3 for 6. Chavez, another 3.
Another part of those fouls is that the defense is going to get less aggressive. They don't want to get in the bonus. They give Chavez too much space, which could just be a couple inches for her, let's be honest.
She is the X factor. When Natalia is going offensively, this is a different dynamic for the Wildcat offense. Nelson out of position, a skip pass, Barcelo. A cutting Blackham, works on Davis with 3. Bree let her go, and Cambry gets the layup.
Crowd wanted to travel. I think it was just a nice move from Blackham. Her speed is really fun to watch.
And ACU today 3 for 6 at the line. Utah Valley 15 of 17. Troxel from 8 on the baseline. And the offense starting to get in a nice rhythm to start this fourth.
Nice shot there from Troxel. Just a little mid-range jumper. One of the tougher shots.
Nice bounce pass, Blackham to Nelson.
Defenses maybe starting to get a little bit tired out. You talk about it in football, when you run the ball 30 times a game, the lines are going to get tired. Well, this game's been so chippy that these 2 teams may be a little bit exhausted.
Yeah, this comes down to execution and grit. Third matchup in this triple round robin. Utah Valley a winner in Orem, ACU a winner the first time in Abilene. Hall a 3, too strong. Chavez, second chance.
It's 10 offensive rebounds for the Wildcats.
Davis on the drive, finds Troxel, shot fake, shot up, late whistle, and a Nelson foul.
4 fouls for the Wolverines here in just over 2 minutes. ACU just about to be in the bonus. Looks like Troxel wasn't ready for that one. Still got the foul.
I think she was anticipating a bounce pass, took a chest pass right in the midsection. Able to collect, Nelson her 4th. Troxel to a free throw. Largest lead of the afternoon at 4. And Wildcats will show full court pressure. Try to eat some shot clock in the backcourt. They'll clear it out for Nelson again. Another nice catch, fouled from behind. Chavez the foul this time.
A little bit too aggressive on the double team there, contesting the shot from Chavez. You would like her not to get a wide open layup, but 2 free throws. It's a game you might want to play.
Nelson has struggled to score versus ACU. Each of the first 2 games, only 2 points in either one of those 2 games. Had foul trouble in Orem. Only played 25 minutes, fouling out that day. 0 for 2 trip here. Wildcats can extend the lead.
Chavez looks like a genius right now.
She'll probably use that in film study. I knew what I was doing, Coach. Troxel, center that 2-3 zone, out to Hull. Woodson, offensive rebound. She'll throw away the pass. Thought Chavez was going to cut to the corner, but did not.
ACU now has 11 offensive rebounds. They have 14 more shots than UVU does. It's starting to bode well for them. Just a little bit too much on it from Hull there.
You mentioned this lineup for UVU and getting tired here in the fourth. They've only played 7 players today. Blackham's played all 33. Mabry missed the shot, late whistle and a foul. And Mabry will get to the line.
Let's take a look at this one. Beat her off the dribble.
Yep.
A little bit of contact there. 2 free throws for her, but Hull got beat off the dribble, so she had to recover with a foul.
Mabry only a 63% free throw shooter. Amy Flippin has returned here to the lineup for Chavez. Dan Nielsen has not countered with Sorensen yet. Back to the 2-3 zone. This 2-3 gave ACU all sorts of havoc in the first half. Troxel out to Hull, wide open 3, too strong.
She struggled today from beyond the arc, 1 for 8 now. Not her per usual.
And now Utah Valley a chance to tie or take the lead. Blackham lost her footing. Foul on Troxel.
Take a look at it. She tries to go right to left. Troxel cuts her off. Looks pretty clean. I think a bit of a combination of contact and her slipping caused that. I think maybe in a regular game you call that. Like we mentioned all day, this has been very chippy, very physical. The precedent has been set. Nevertheless, still a foul on ACU.
So Troxel now with the foul. She has 4 fouls. Blackham with 4, Nelson with 4 fouls. Troxel the first Wildcat with 4 fouls. Sorensen is back in here for Utah Valley, as is Sage Gibb. Mabry downhill, works on Davis. Clutch shot off the top of the backboard, bounces in.
Isn't that an out of bounds?
That's a unique one. Ties us up at 51. Baseline shot that hits the top of the backboard and bounces in.
That's a really good horse shot.
Chavez off the mark. Possession to Utah Valley. Second look at that Mabry shot from the baseline.
This one you try to pull out in the backyard. Off the top of the backboard. I really thought that was an out of bounds if it touched the top, but maybe I'm mistaken.
And now the Wolverines a chance to get back on top. Shot clock at 10. Davis pokes it away. Barcelo the foul. Davis got enough to knock it out of Barcelo's hands. Barcelo then ran her over, and Barcelo was slow to get back to her feet.
Both kind of falling on each other. Davis is so shifty, so quick, gets her hand in the cookie jar and grabs the cookie. Gets the steal, another turnover for UVU. An advantage they've had the whole season. ACU taking advantage of it.
Barcelo back to her feet, will also stay in the game. The Barcelo foul will send Davis to the line. It's bonus free throws the rest of the way. For an ACU team that leads the conference in free throw percentage at 76. I think Barcelo may have landed square on her kneecap when she went down.
Ow.
Back to her feet, she'll stay in. 1 for 2 trip for Davis. We said 60 was the number today, right?
It looks like it's gonna be right there. Andy once again nailing his prediction.
Pick and roll, Mabry and Nelson. Gibb has been quiet offensively. Skip pass, Mabry in rhythm, left it well short. Nelson had the offensive rebound. Shot was blocked by Chavez. It's a shot clock violation. Under 5 timeout here in the 4th. WAC basketball, it's a good one. ACU a 1-point lead. ACU a 1-point lead, under 5 minutes we go, 52-51. A lot of basketball left here in this regular season, but 2 weeks from now we will be in Las Vegas. Seeding still on the line over the next 8 days. You can see if the season ended right now where these teams would be. CBU in the 1 spot, Southern Utah in the 2. They have the head-to-head 2 victories to 1 over ACU. That's why the Wildcats are currently in the 3rd spot. Utah Valley is locked in at the 4 spot. But here's the thing, Kaysen, if ACU are to win out today and next week, they will be one of those top 2 seeds, which you can see are buys all the way to the semifinals.
Yeah, if you don't have to play Tarleton State or Utah Valley in the 2nd round, that feels really, really good because those are 2 really good teams. As we see, Utah Valley scrappy here playing and Tarleton State playing CBU very close right now.
Plenty of basketball left to go here. ACU the 1-point lead. And a turnover. It's turnover number 17 by the Wildcats today. Wolverines a chance to take the lead. They led the entire first half. ACU finally took the lead late in the 3rd. We've been back and forth here in the 4th. Blackham a pick and roll. Between the legs dribble into the paint. Out to Mabry. 3 left wing. Woodson clears.
Wildcats are lucky that one didn't go in. Nice job navigating the paint from Blackham to find the open shooter.
It's Aaron's 6th rebound. 8 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. Now for Woodson today. Hull in the paint. Back out to Woodson off of her spot. 8 on the clock. Backdoor cut, Hull, the reverse.
A tough shot there from Hull. The backdoor finally available for the Wildcats. They take advantage of it, extend their lead to 3.
Payton's into double figures. She has 11. 2nd Wildcat to get there. Lob pass, Sorensen flipping, gets a hand on it, tries to save it to Chavez. And Natalia can't quite corral it. Utah Valley continues the lob pass over the top, even with the 6'4" flipping, playing the post.
When it's been there, it's been effective, but ACU really has done a nice job of stopping them from getting the ball and getting a high percentage shot.
Right back to Sorensen, left-handed flip, that was nice.
Needs to be some sort of help defense there. If she's going to get the ball that low in the post, a double team needs to come.
Davis penetrates, kicks, Hull, 3. Still can't find it from deep.
Really nice pass there from Davis into the corner.
We've only had 3 lead changes today. But a chance for the 4th on this possession. Barcelo, a skip pass to Nelson. Right back Barcelo with a drive on the baseline. Flipping the block. Dan Nelson wants the foul call, doesn't get it. Barcelo knocked down to her feet. 2.5 to go in Abilene. Chavez. Whistle. A 3-second violation.
Well, ACU last in the conference in blocks. Flippin goes up, rejects it down, gets the miss. Corrals and Flippin checks out. She has been so impactful for these Wildcats today.
She'll get a breather. Troxel back on the floor. Dan Nielsen wants a timeout. I think this might be more of a conversation with the officials. He really wanted a foul there on Flippin on the block of Barcelo. Didn't get the call. Nonetheless, here we are, 2:13 left. Utah Valley with a chance to take the lead. Of course, the schedule, the regular season schedule, comes to an end next Saturday. This is what's left. 2 home games for the Wolverines, Southern Utah and Utah Tech. So they'll have some rivalry games. The old Hammer rivalry with Utah Tech to end it out next Saturday. But what Utah Valley's done over this last few weeks, a 4-game winning streak, again, all but locked in that 4th place spot. And a potential chance to help the Wildcats with that game versus Southern Utah.
I think they would rather do nothing more than to help the Wildcats.
There's a look at that block again. A little body contact, but it's all ball on the block. Maybe a little body contact that knocks Barcelo to the floor. All ball on the block.
Yeah, I get Dan Nielsen wants the call for his team, but that was a clean block. Very impressive one from Flippin.
Amy Flippin, 10 points, 3 rebounds in 17 minutes today. 5 of 6 from the floor. Her minutes have escalated more on the defensive end, just size on the defensive end, but what she's done offensively today has put the Wildcats in a position to get conference win number 12. Utah Valley trying to spoil it. The rubber match of the 3-game series coming down to the last 2 minutes. Barcelo, front rim. Sorensen had a chance to collect the rebound, couldn't do it. Falls into the hands of Woodson.
Thought Chavez might have fouled her there. No call.
Davis penetrates the 2-3 zone. Now in trouble, whistle and a 3-second violation. It's that last offensive look again, Utah Valley.
Yeah, it looks like she might have gotten her arm at the end. Definitely a little bit of a sell from Barcelo either way. Could have gone either way for me.
Blackham gives to Nelson. Slow, methodical set. Lob pass, Sorensen, nice catch, missed the shot. Everything they wanted in the offensive set, Sorensen could not complete.
Just couldn't get the right spin on the ball, just rolled out. AC with the chance to extend their lead.
Now Woodson on a backdoor cut, challenges Sorensen, missed the shot.
A little bit of a makeup there for Sorensen. Really nice defensive play.
1 minute left. Blackham, a spin on Woodson, left-handed. English off the glass. Wolverines lead.
Got away with the carry, but it doesn't matter. Got down to the paint. High percentage layup. Let's take a look at it.
Works the screen, the spin, and the English.
Really nice spin.
Blackham has joined the double-figure game with 10. And now if you're Julie Goodenough and the Wildcats, still have a full 30-second possession here. They found the softness of that 2-3 zone at the free throw line. Get another look here. Blackham with the screen from Sorensen. Downhill with the spin, off the glass, left side.
Yeah, Coach Goodenough, I'd be shocked if she wasn't drawing something up for either Hull or an open shot for Chavez. You still have to have confidence in Hull, even though she's 5 for 15 and 1 for 9 from 3. She is your best player. She is the WAC preseason player of the year. Be interesting to see what Coach draws up.
Chavez, Woodson, Troxel, Davis, and Hull on the floor. The timeout advances the ball into the front court. Half-court man-to-man. Davis a step, a layup. Left side with the right hand. Wildcats lead.
Impressive finish, falling down. Now they need a stop if they want to come away with this one.
And Dan Nilsson wants a timeout on the other end. Bree Davis at 5'6", challenging Gracie Sorensen at 6'4". The left side with the right hand, a thing of beauty.
Yeah, falling down. Sorensen right there. She had no chance to go to the right side of the glass with the right hand. Besides, I'll do this myself. Right there, beautiful shot to give the Wildcats the lead.
So now if you're Dan Nilsson and the Wolverines, What's the conversation here, this final possession?
Well, you got to abuse the mismatch that you have. You have two people standing at 6'4" and 6'1" in Nelson and Sorensen. Get the ball to them in the post. You have the size advantage. Use it, get an easy 2 points, ideally as quick in the shot clock as you can.
Blackham, Nelson, Sorensen, Barcelo, as well as Mabry, the 5 for UVU. Final matchup in the WAC in the regular season, Utah Valley and ACU. They'll work, two-man game, right side of the floor. Mabry. Blackham sets it back up. 13 on the shot clock. Blackham going right to the rim, finishes right side. Utah Valley leads with 20 seconds left.
Her craftiness down in the paint with her speed. She puts the defender in jail on her hip. Gets the easy shot. We'll take a look at it. Directing traffic here. Goes right, stutter step, has Davis on her hip. An easy layup, and now ACU's got to draw something up. I don't know if they'll hold for the final shot or they'll try to go quick and play the foul game in case they miss.
The timeout again pushes the ball into the front court. Julie Goodenough will draw something up here. Barcelo with 13, Blackham with 12, Nelson with 12. Hull with 11, Flippin with 10.
If ACU loses this game, I think the thing to really look at is the plus 11 free throws for UVU. We talked about ACU's advantage. They've shot 12 more shots. Well, free throws are just as good, if not better, when you're plus 11 in that category. And they made 17 of their 21, which is a really high percentage, taking advantage of your opportunities.
Hold to inbound, far sideline. Shot clock is off. Davis downhill in a hurry with the left hand. Wildcats lead. It's been the 2-point guards back to back, Blackham and Davis, the last 4 possessions, and the lead has changed hands every time. ACU by 1.
This time with the left hand for Brianna Davis. She just heads downhill, puts her nose down, gets the easy layup, but now they have the tough task of stopping Utah Valley. I think you really maybe get in a zone. You haven't showed it yet all game. They've been getting their shots in the paint here in the 4th quarter. It'll be interesting to see what Coach Goodenough does.
Wildcats in this 3-horse race to try to win the conference championship. No room for error down this stretch. Dan Nielsen and the Wolverines trending at the right time with this 4-game win streak. All you have to do is get hot at the right time, get that automatic bid. The Wolverines are aligning themselves well. Jasmine Stone has checked in defensively here for ACU. Julie Goodenough has gone with a smaller lineup. Barcelo inbound. Blackham going left with a screen. 7 on the clock. A whistle and out of bounds off of Davis's foot. Utah Valley with 5.5 to work with.
Thought they might have called a foul. Clean there, 5 seconds left.
Blackham lost her footing. Picks it up, desperation at the horn, left it short. We didn't get to 60, but we got to a final. The Wildcats survive on the home floor. Your final score from Moody Coliseum, ACU 58, Utah Valley 57. Wildcats 21-8, 12-4 in conference. Caught a break with the slip.
Boys, ACU did a good job getting to that ball by Brianna Davis, but ended up leaving her open for the shot. She didn't have her footing all the way there, left it short. ACU escapes with the win, and they still control their own destiny to win the conference.
A game that Utah Valley scored 11 of the first 12, had a 10-point lead at 11-1. They led throughout the first half. Wildcats finally get the lead in that third quarter, outscoring the Wolverines 23-16, and then back and forth we go down the stretch. Camry Blackham and Bree Davis exchanging blows, and the last one goes the way of Davis. 58-57 is the final score. Peyton Hull with 11 points to lead the way today. 10 points today goes the way of Amy Flippin, the sophomore. And the Wildcats able to get the win and protect the home floor. A big sigh of relief from the head coach, Julie Goodenough, as she joins us. Grind it out, grit it out. At the end of the day, you got one more point than the Wolverines.
My gosh, and that's all it took. You know, you'd like to win a little more comfortably, but at the end of the day, it's just 1 point. Man, just credit our players for being just really tough-minded. We knew it was going to be a battle. Dan does a great job with his team. They're real physical. They're a good defensive team, as well as they kind of contort your defense and find open players. And just really proud of our team, just their composure. You know, we had a terrible first quarter. And they just, you know, got their minds ready to make a difference the rest of the game.
Julie, I want to take you to your bench today. Jasmine Stone plays big with 7. Amy Flippin, career high, 10 points today. I know you put her in defensively with Sorensen, but what she did offensively was impressive. Talk about the play off your bench today.
Yeah, you know, Amy, she has been playing with Meredith Mays, you know, since she's been here. She's learned a lot from her, and just really proud of how she's continued to work hard and practices every day. And we needed her today. I mean, we needed her with our drives. Her girl would step over to help. She was the option, and just really proud of her just being poised and knocking those shots down. It's shots that she works on every day in her post-workouts, in our offense, and so just really proud of Amy. Yeah, big game.
Julie, here we are. We're 7 days away from the end of the regular season, 2 games to go, and you control your own destiny for a conference championship. Talk about what's ahead this week.
What's ahead is a day off tomorrow. Man, we're going to have a great battle on Thursday. It's always good with Cal Baptist. We had a tremendous crowd today. If there's any way we could have this kind of crowd on Thursday, we'd really appreciate that. You know, we just take it one day at a time. We're playing some players, pretty heavy minutes. You know, we've got to take care of them the next couple of days. But, yeah, I'd always do the Cal Baptist Scout. I love it. You know, I think they're just an elite team with elite players, and it's going to be a big battle on Thursday.
No doubt. Hey, take you another sigh of relief, okay? You ready? There you go. Hey, congratulations on the win. We'll see you Thursday night.
Hey, and I would like to say to our listeners, like, it's Bree Davis Day. It's senior night on Thursday. Bree's not going to play in this facility anymore, and you know she made a big time plays for us down the stretch. She's a tremendous starting point guard, and so you know we want to celebrate Bree Day on Thursday.
No doubt. 2 big layups there down at the end. Julie, good enough. Thanks for the time. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
58-57. Amy Flippin, a career high. She is courtside with Jocelyn. Jocelyn, it's all yours.
Thank you. Yeah, that was a crazy game. I mean, y'all were exhausted mentally, physically, all the way throughout the game. How did you overcome the mental and physical hills and valleys?
We just did team first wins. That's our motto always, and we do it for our teammates, even though we're tired and mentally drained. I think that we really wanted to beat UVU, and we just stuck together the whole time.
Yeah, absolutely. What was your biggest takeaway from this game?
My biggest takeaway from this game was that we're just doing it for each other. We're always doing it for each other. We will never not do it for each other, and I think that we love each other so deeply that we play for one another, we got hype for one another, and the biggest takeaway is we're going on the next game in a high, so let's go.
Absolutely. Well, you were a very valuable player. Let's go ahead and send it up there to the desk.
Career high, baby.
All right, welcome back upstairs here in Moody Coliseum. Taylor and Zion here. The Wildcats have had a crazy comeback after a very exciting second half of the game. They were slightly down after the first half, but with that very close third and fourth quarter, they ended up pulling away with the win. Zion, what are your thoughts?
Man, it's just like what Goodenough says after each game, man. In the WAC this season, playing each team 3 times, nothing comes easy down the stretch. And if you're UVU, man, you got to be proud. The last time you came here, you got blown out by 20 points, and today, a close game that went went down to the wire. Man, a great game, both sides, and both of these teams got to be happy tonight.
Yes, absolutely. So let's kind of take a look at some of our final stats here. What's the main difference between these two teams you're seeing here? Like, what pushed the Wildcats to snag that win?
Man, I think just ACU making good decisions at the end of the game. Obviously, Bree Davis took over the game, and we saw Amy flipping doing her thing today. Got to be proud of her and what she contributed to the Wildcat squad. If she can continue to limit her turnovers, man, and she's able to play and be a big presence in the paint, that's big. And we saw in this game how important it was that ACU established a paint presence and then was able to pass the ball out and get a couple of balls in the midi, some three-pointers as well. ACU, great job battling back against that 6-0 lead UVU had.
Absolutely. So maybe let's take a look at our WAC standings now, because Abilene is going to be ranked, let's see, they're second in this position now. What do you think?
Yeah, man, they have a big game next week against California Baptist. We'll see how that plays out. Both teams are tied 1-1 right now. But obviously, you see ACU continue to try to hold on to their own destiny. A good big win today. And Utah Valley, man, the way that they came back this season, they were on a 4-game winning streak to come into this game. And before this, they were not doing well at the beginning of WAC play. I think they might have started 0-4. Man, they're finally getting to the way that they want to play. And Coach Nielsen is proud of these girls. All of them are saying defensively is how we get back into these games. We saw them practicing that. We saw their execution, and all day long they were all over the place defensively, holding a Wildcat squad that usually scores 70-plus points a game to end the 50s tonight. Man, they got to be proud, and they're putting out some good film against the ACU Wildcats.
Absolutely. Well, it's been a very exciting game, and that's going to conclude our post-game show up here at Moody Coliseum. Thank you so much for tuning in. Andy, back to you.
17 bench points for the Wildcats. That's really the difference with Amy Flippin and Jasmine Stone. If they can continue this kind of production, they'll make a long run in the tournament.
Presentation of the Western Athletic Conference on ESPN. All games are airing live and streaming on the ESPN app. For the whole crew, Kaysen, Taylor, Zion, Jocelyn, and ACUTV, Tyler Hatfield. So long from Abilene.